今年是世界反法西斯战争胜利80周年。埃文之前呢，将一本2战时期的相册捐赠给了中国。
They've been being served fast food for decades now, and they've been told it's a gourmet meal, and now the public believes it. We'll certainly preserve and study history and understand, ask questions why and how. If you're not studying the past, then how can you possibly correct the future?
And you've made changes to better yourselves, and I think part of being American is going la 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 la.
And I found the research I did from the Western lens wasn't really accurate.
就是他，就是那个捐献侵华日军那个最正那个大哥。
So this is what threw me. I saw the word Nanking a few times in here. Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah.
God.
So they're a little different.
Yeah, but how many people was that done to?
Just the word Nanking, I thought, oh my God, this is something of great historical significance. I can't buy this. This might be expensive. I don't want this to go in a private collection. This should go in a museum.
Kail is a Minnesota pork shop owner and TikTok creator. Earlier this autumn, he posted videos based on an album of photos taken during Imperial Japanese Army massacres in China during World War II.
We landed in Shanghai, and I'm waiting for one of my online friends from the United States. I know him. Actually, we were friends 2 years ago. I'm really excited. Hey, finally! I didn't see you actually. Yeah,
I saw you right away.
Finally meet you after two years.
Yeah, about 2 years. I think it was actually 2 years ago this weekend you interviewed me.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
I think it's during December. 来， one more. Okay, awesome.
Photo shoot. Nice to meet
谢
you.
谢。走吧。
I've been getting.
Kail's generous donation of the photo album documenting the Chinese war of resistance against Japanese aggression has not only raised his public profile, but also established a profound and enduring relationship with his historic nation.
I like this guy a lot. How you doing? Looking good. Oh yeah? Oh. Yeah, you got some style, my friend.
Welcome to the Bound. Are there any suggestions for you, for the younger generations these days, who would like to promote the world peace?
We'll certainly preserve and study history and understand, ask questions why and how, and use that as a lens for the future. The fact is, genocides still happen all over the world. There's one going on. There's multiple going on right now, in Africa, in the Middle East, and if you're not studying the past, then how can you possibly correct the future? You need to understand these things, and people really don't bother to get tuned into what's going on around the world and ask maybe what they can do, even if it's something small. I made a video on TikTok, and look what this turned into. So big things can start from small origins that might be totally accidental, but it's important that young people participate in world affairs and understand what's going on.
就是他，我见到了，我靠！谁呀？就是那个捐献侵华日军那个最正那个美国大哥那个。你跟他合个影吧。我不会。
Take a seat.
Okay.
Left or right?
You pick.
I prefer this side.
Okay. All right. You got your methods.
What do you think the social media's role in order to promote historical protections or historical preservations?
For example, if you find something like the artifact that I found, take pictures of it and put it on the internet, because then it's never going to go away. It's important to document stuff and then have a discourse in talking about it, talking about what it is. My role here, it started out as I accidentally educated the world about the Nanjing Massacre. It's not really taught in the United States or in the West. In order to have those kinds of discussions, it starts with, well, here's the tech, preserve it with a picture. Don't turn your flash on, that's bad for old pictures. But then once it's out there, you can have a discussion about it and talk about the facts, not about whatever reality you're trying to make up. If it's denial on something, that's not good. Just talk about what happened from a purely factual standpoint or factual base.
So what motivated you here? What brought you here?
And what were your expectations before coming to China? And what do you think now is the biggest change?
Well, the biggest thing that I expected that I found wasn't true was what the media sold me, the Western media, in terms of a lens. When getting ready to come here, I started consuming media. What's it like? And I found the research I did from the Western lens wasn't really accurate. Like, I was expecting Beijing to be polluted and dirty and all backed up. Okay, it can get a little backed up, there's a lot of traffic, but it's no worse than any American city. Other than that, it's a very clean city, and I was very surprised to see that Beijing was not what I thought it was going to be. I wanted to come and pay my respect to the Chinese people and introduce myself to China properly if I'm going to be here make this a permanent thing with me. I obviously need to start out by coming here. And getting here wasn't easy for a lot of different reasons. I had a strategy I was forming with what I was going to do, and I had goals of, how do I start to make these a reality? So I spent the first year after the donation, I started reading books a little bit about China. I didn't do much, but then the last year I've done quite a lot in terms of studying, in terms of getting ready, preparing what I think is going to be a constructive goal for my identity here as a private citizen advocating for peace, and some things that I want to do culturally with the cultural exchange of China and America, again, for lasting peace.
Well, plenty of gifts that we're seeing on videos on social media. Are there any stories or interactions that you want to share?
I wanted to go to the flag raising ceremony. I thought it was a respectful thing to do to the Chinese people, and I wanted to see it. So somebody came up to me in line and gave me their coat and have it. So I now have the most badass coat I've ever had in my life. This is the coolest coat. I can't believe this. I feel really bad taking it, but nice. Shouts over at me. He's like, I follow you. I got a scarf, and I've gotten lots of other things that I didn't ask for, and nobody should feel obligated to give me a gift, but it's a really nice gesture that all these people care and they want to show me that they care.
Yeah, that definitely shows how we Chinese people are welcoming you, and a great thank you for what you have done.
In terms of cultural or economic exchanges, what are the possibilities or challenges that face for both China and the US?
Look at me. I now am a influencer here in China by total accident, and this is creating jobs here. There's people now that are working for me and helping me, and through this accidental thing, I've created something positive for an economy. So there's other people, and it could be Chinese people trying to get into the American audience or vice versa. If they can do that, well, then there's an economic positive attachment with that.
I think the best way, because we do vlogs or videos, the best way to show, I prefer to presenting the stories rather than persuading people to believe me of something. So if we want to know the culture, if we want to know the place,
I think the best way is to see with our own eyes and chat with the locals and learn about the local cultures, not just about the language,
but the culture and wisdom
behind it.
Right? There are places that I highly recommended are the other rural or remote areas, and see how their Chinese daily lives. Because I'm just back from Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, and I visit Xizang Autonomous Region almost annually.
I really want to go there.
Highly recommend. Can you believe that a border county, I should say it's not a city, but a county, that with zigzagging road leading to the place, so that the people there can go out to buy stuffs, to go to schools, can go to the hospitals. So this kind of zigzagging road is something that I would really impressed. How can they make this? And also for the high plateau altitude, they have the high-speed railway.
Mm-hmm. And I experienced that myself, and it was like being on a magic carpet, just how fast you're going and you don't feel it. I was watching the water. I'm into physics, and I'm like, all right, so let's see, is this thing gonna go like this and splash? And it barely moved.
From Beijing to Tianjin.
Yeah. I mean, it was a quick trip on that. I know about the initiative of China and getting further advanced, and how fast those were built and how reliable and safe they are. It's really an incredible feat of engineering to go and experience that. We don't have anything like that in the U.S. I've only been on a train once. It went 50 miles an hour, and it was very bumpy.
Once you are back to the States, how would you introduce China this time?
Unfortunately, it's to make a comparison with what the media has been selling the public, in my opinion, and based on my experience, they've been being served fast food for decades now, and they've been told it's a gourmet meal, and now the public believes it, and it's going to be really hard to convince them, no, that's crap, that's not true. So I think my work is going to be cut out for me trying to convince people of these opinions that you've been sold. Come experience it for yourself at least and go from there. Don't judge a book by its cover, because I found what I consumed from media was not accurate. And the media, again, every day is perpetuating this idea of be afraid of China. And you know, even like the show, one of my favorite shows, there's an episode, it's one of my favorite episodes, it's all about China and the terror of China, and you see this reiteration of the media on display with these fictional characters in this one episode. I think that's a good metaphor for what the public the general public attitude is.
Finally meet you face to face in China, and hopefully you can stay in China and we can explore the country more and in different places. Great thanks for you to telling the stories from China, telling the stories to the rest of the world, and to pay much more attention to world peace and also love between us.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
Evan Kail, an American pawn shop owner who donated a World War II photo album to China, has been warmly welcomed by Chinese netizens. The organizers of the 2025 CMG Spring Festival Gala invited him to be on the stage of the gala and attend the Spring Festival cultural feast for Chinese all over the world.
Your noodle.
Spicy? Mm-hmm.
Hi, Evan. Here's an invitation for you.
Pardon me. Invitation. What's it for?
You're invited to be the audience for the Spring Festival Gala, 春晚.
Sweet. I'm excited.
After your stay here for 2 months, what comes to your mind when you think of China?
Honestly, tech now, because I've seen so much, and I keep saying this answer, but it really does blow me away. The tech that's on display every day and is available for Chinese people, because I bet a lot of you take it for granted, and it's not something that I see in America. And it's raising a lot of questions for me about why some things are the way they are in America. So like on X, formerly known as Twitter, I retweeted, how awesome the trains are. My quote from it was, "I can't for the life of me understand why America doesn't have this." And it got 20 million views. It got tens of thousands of likes and replies, and it turned into people arguing. Mm-hmm. I like my country, and I like the way that things are in America. It's different from China. Sure. And there's things in China that could never function in America. It's just not the way our society works. But there's other aspects of, well, maybe we should make some changes just to better the lives of people.
Exactly. I think that is the secret, and also that is the magic part of communications between cultures and cultures. Learn from each other.
Exactly, yeah. In China, a lot of ways has learned from America. I mean, look at the way the economy's run here. It's not the way that it used to be. You still have your system intact, too. You've learned from another country, another culture, and you've made changes to better yourselves. And I think part of being American is going la 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 la.
Okay, so once you are back to the United States, what do you want to bring from China?
As far as ideas go, I mean, I want to bring these ideas that I'm learning here back to America. I'm not a representative. I probably never will be, but I'd like to at least be a figure in America where I can suggest ideas, and maybe people want to have conversations with me about, well, what'd you learn?
Finally, the big day. Today is the Chinese New Year's Eve, and I'm now heading to pick up Evan, because we will be heading together to the CMG Spring Festival Gala.
Off we go to the gala and beyond. It is a beautiful day. It's a little chilly. No, nervous. I don't get nervous. At least when it comes to cameras.
I watched the video you posted on Douyin last night. You made a phone call with your parents.
Yeah,
that is so sweet.
And my mom's been feeding my cat string cheese, which,
yeah,
on the plus side, that made my cat gain some weight. There might be some health ramifications though, because cats are lactose intolerant. We'll get there when we get there. As my dad always says, the party starts when we arrive.
Yeah, I agree. What are your expectations for tonight?
Well, we'll see. I'm expecting to have a good time.
See, you're not gonna get fired. All right, I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, 幸会. Yeah. 新年快乐. Have a good day. I like this guy.
Why?
This guy, fun to work with. I've enjoyed rehearsing my scene with him.
新的一年，咱们一定都妥妥的。接下来这个节目啊，将由我和身边这位美国朋友一块儿给大家报幕，所以大家立刻知道我在5个主持人当中的英语水平了吧？Hello， 欢迎来到春晚。How are you? What's your name?
大家好，我叫艾文 Kail。大家过年好。
这句中文练出了方言的感觉。可能很多观众认识埃文了。今年是世界反法西斯战争胜利80周年，埃文之前呢将一本2战时期的相册捐赠给了中国，在这里要对埃文说一声谢谢 ，Thank you。这是埃文啊第一次来中国过年，我很想知道他对我们的春节印象如何。So, what do you think of the Spring Festival so far?
Well, the warmth of the Chinese people has really touched me, and everywhere I go, people have shown me such incredible kindness. I'm especially excited to be here for the Spring Festival, though, because it's my zodiac sign, too.
Really?
I was born 1989, the year of the snake. It's been amazing to be part of a national celebration, and I'm just honored to be here tonight.
这段你一定没听懂是吧？我给你翻译一下啊。埃文说啊，他来到中国见到的每一个中国朋友都非常的友好，非常的可爱，主持人也特别帅。但是这个不重要。埃文说啊，他发现自己原来是属蛇的，今年是埃文的本命年，哇，这缘分太深了吧！而且我知道，埃文收到了一份来自中国的礼物，就是放在我们前面的这个精美的瓷器。我想告诉埃文，当他拥有这份礼物，他就拥有了14亿个中国朋友。大家说对吗？
So much fun. Watch out, everyone. So I just want to thank everybody who tuned in, and thank you for inviting me. And just thank you, China, for all your kindness. This trip has been just incredible. So I hope you all are having a nice time with your families. And pretty soon I'm going to go see mine.
So how will you introduce Spring Festival Gala or Spring Festival this time to your parents?
Wait, I don't know how I'm going to relate it. It's very unique from anything that we see in America. It's kind of like the Met Gala meets the Oscars meets the Super Bowl halftime, but with culture?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I don't know. I guess I would call it cultural Super Bowl. How's that?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. 新年快乐.
It's very bright out. There we go. That looks better. Yeah.
How are you? What's your name?
Everybody thinks that came off Amazon.
Definitely not.
Like what? He was fun to work with too. I really liked him.
This one.
Yeah. I hope I can work with him again.
Yeah.
As they say in show business, that's a wrap.
I'll see you guys back in March.
The 2025 Spring Festival Gala that heralded the Year of the Snake marked the first global celebration following the successful inscription of the Spring Festival on the UNESCO representative list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. The gala is not merely a cultural showcase, but also a bridge that transcends national boundaries. On one end of this bridge lies Evan Kail's photo album, embodying reflections on war and a vigil for peace. On the other end shines the empathetic glow of 1.4 billion people, illuminating the Eastern philosophy that a bosom friend afar brings a distant land near. The connection of hearts and minds, facilitated by culture and youth, infuses a warm and positive energy into Sino-American relations.